What's up, Muln fans? Welcome back for another video. Appreciate you tuning in for another one. We're going to get into some crazy things that took place today and some information you're going to need to know that actually happened with that decline in stock price. If you're looking at this chart, it is a chart that I have not changed since we had that run up from 10 cents to 32 cents. And as you can see, today's move right below my finger hit that 17 mark that I've been monitoring for quite some time. I know a lot of people may think I have a lot of conspiracy theories on why the price action happens the way it happens. But what I'm going to share with you in this video about why the stock declined like it did at that 17-cent mark is not a theory. If you want me to get on here and talk about Mullen's gonna run every single day, then this might not be the one for you. Okay, first let's start with the volume on today's trading day. Over 70% volume off exchange, which means it did not hit the lit exchange. We had a total of over 900 million shares traded by now at the time of this recording, and that turns out to be over 600 million shares off exchange. And we know that the price has been stagnant for a couple weeks, and I told you guys on the caption of my previous videos to be prepared for bigger price swings, and that is exactly what we got today. And on top of that, the audio at the shareholder meeting turned out to be just fine until proposal number 3 and number 4 was being talked about. And it turns out the reverse stock split got actually passed. The wording was that the number of votes for the reverse stock split exceeds the number of votes against the reverse stock split, which in turn means that the reverse stock split is approved. And I tuned into Financial Journeys live for a little while and was wondering why the CEO made this statement to Cal saying it looks like the stock price is going to $1 after he already knew the reverse stock split was approved. 643 million shares outstanding announced at the meeting, and also proposal number 1 got approved for Kent Puckett and some other board of directors to be re-elected for a 3-year term ending in 2026, in which they are responsible for setting up these dilutive performance award agreements for David Misery. Now let's talk about the pop and drop in the stock price. I know there was hype around, shareholders thinking that the reverse stock split got pulled at the time. But as I stated in my previous video, something is just off with this volume coming in earlier in the day. Another conspiracy theory, huh? This came out in June 14, 2023. Mullen stock alert. Mullen Automotive adds 297 million shares in a day. A 52 million equity incentive stock plan adds insult to injury, and that plan just got approved today, which was proposal number 2. The article also goes to say on Monday, Mullen Automotive announced it had reached a deal with its creditors to amend its Series D preferred stock agreement. Under the new terms, the EV startup would provide its backers 296.9 million of common stock and pre-funded warrants for a $45 million capital injection. This replaces an agreement that offers Series D preferred stock and regular warrants for the money. Together, this means shareholders face immediate dilution once the funding deal is complete. Mullen's share count will rise from 172.5 million based on its May 10Q filing to approximately 548 million if investors include a separate $20 million deal from last week. And that $20 million deal was with Equitas Capital, and that put the total outstanding shares at 640 some odd million shares, which was announced today at shareholder meeting. The firm followed up on Tuesday with a plan to increase its 2022 equity incentive stock plan by 52 million shares at its August annual meeting. It will also attempt to approve up to a 1-for-10 reverse stock split and move its charter to Maryland to give the board the power to amend the charter of the corporation without a stockholder vote to increase or decrease the aggregate number of authorized shares. That bodes poorly for those who remain invested in Mullen stock. The company only has until September 2023 to regain compliance with the NASDAQ's required minimum bid $1 price, and these significant dilutions and potential future ability to create more suggest the company has little chance of making that happen. Mullen was always moving on borrowed time and death spiral financing. Yeah, so today was absolutely wild. I could imagine David to put out a few PRs before he hits us with that SEC filing saying what day the reverse stock split is going to happen. Possibly put out some PRs to get a lower ratio reverse stock split initiated. But if David goes close to that 100, even 1 for 150, then in my opinion, he wasn't for the shareholders in the first place. And him on the phone with Cal acting like the stock was about to go to $1 when he knew exactly what was about to happen with that 52 million incentive plan and reverse stock split being approved. Even Frank Ness thought the reverse stock split was pulled. Hell, most everybody thought it was pulled. Ain't nobody tell David Misher to go sit on the other mic.